back to live action here on the Maroon Devils Network. We're delayed about 10 minutes or so on the start of the baseball game here, varsity baseball game between the Maroon Devils and the Andrews Wildcats. As Andrews will come in now, batting in the top of the first inning here in Smoky Mountain Conference play. It's going to be Eli Aguilar, who is the starting center fielder and the leadoff man for the Wildcats. Kelby Waldrop and Logan Schuler will be number 2 and 3 batters on deck here on the top of the first inning for the Maroon Devils here. On the pitcher's mound is going to be Lawson Woodard, number 7, big right-hander. Got the grass infield, of course, and we're off and running. Swing and a miss. And that's going to be out number 1 as Aguilar goes down swinging for 1 down. Kelby Waldrop, starting center fielder, check that, starting left fielder for Andrews. Batting now with 1 down, nobody on, as Aguilar goes down swinging. First strikeout of the day for Lawson Woodard. Pitch in, there's another strike. Lawson bringing strikes here in the top of the first inning. Earlier today in softball, the Lady Devils with a 5-run, 10-0 win over the Andrews Wildcats in softball. That, matter of fact, they're playing, it looks like kind of a practice game over in softball, as they're going to get in some practice and hopefully let some folks play who normally don't get a chance to play over in that game next door in the practice game between Andrews and Swain. They're still playing some good practice ball next door. But again, a 10-0 win for the Lady Devils in softball earlier today. Ground ball is going to be a high hopper. It's going to be foul on the third base side. Good hustle over there to track it down over on the third base side. And that was Will Holden getting that one, but it was already foul when he got over there. It was foul anyway before it made it to the base on the third base side. Again, grass infield here at Swain County High School. Pitch high for a ball. And if you don't think the grass affects the way the ball comes to you, if you're at third base, shortstop, first or second, it does slow it down. No question. There's a foul ball behind the plate. Out of play with 1 down, nobody on for the Wildcats of Andrews, coached by Brian Wilson and Dane Rickett. Had a good conversation with them over there. Good guys, good kids on this baseball team. As there's another foul ball off the bat of Kelby Waldrop. One tough break earlier this year for the Andrews baseball team that was really tough. They had a pitch count that went kind of sideways on them, and they lost what would have been a 3-2 win over Hiawassee Dam early in the year. But because the pitch count went over the state regulations, it had to be ruled a forfeit, and their 3-2 win went down as a loss. And the Wildcat boys have had a tough year. They're, again, in Smoky Mountain Conference play, having a tough time because this conference is so tough. Hayesville in first place at 7-0. Robbinsville in second at 5-1. Hiawassee Dam and Murphy tied for third at 4-2. Swain County in fifth at 3-3. Andrews at 0-7. Cherokee at 0-8 in conference play. So the Wildcat boys looking for their first win. And, of course, pitch in off speed for a ball. Our Maroon Devils looking to go 4-3 with a potential win here this afternoon to try to keep pace with Murphy, Hiawassee Dam, Robbinsville. There's a well-hit ball into center field. Going to be caught on the run for out number 2. Good hustle out there in center field. And that's Braden Ruwe, who had a big day yesterday pitching in the win over Carolina Day in that 9-2 Maroon Devil win. But Braden coming on, showing some good speed and good range for out number 2. Logan Schuler batting now, the starting shortstop for the Wildcats. First pitch fouled off for a ball. Lawson Woodard on the mound, as we mentioned, for the Maroon Devils. We'll get into some of his stats as the game goes on here. As again, we're switching from softball to baseball. Lawson Woodard on the year, 11 innings pitched, 2.55 ERA, giving up 8 hits, 5 runs. 4 of those runs were earned. 14 strikeouts, 11 walks on the year for Lawson. There's a foul tip for a strike. So Lawson has had a good season, also a good hitter, hitting .282 at the plate himself. Pitch in for a ball. Again, Braden pitching yesterday, Lawson pitching today, and then on Friday, the Maroon Devil boys are going to be on the road at Andrews for the return game on the road. They're just through the Nantahala Gorge. Pitch in the dirt, good block by Carter Hayes as always. I'll tell you, Carter, for my money, the best catcher of the Smoky Mountain Conference. And is going to be moving on up to the collegiate ranks next year over at Milligan. And that's going to be a foul tip, and it's caught, so that's going to be out number 3. So the Maroon Devils, 1-2-3, cut down Andrews as we go to the bottom of the first. It's a 0-0 score. Glad to have you along on the Maroon Devils Network. Welcome back. We go to the bottom of the first inning here at Swain County High School. The Andrews Wildcats visiting here this afternoon in Smoky Mountain Conference play, leading off for the Maroon Devils. We're going to have Rowan Ellis, and then we'll have Lawson Woodard and Braden Ruwe. 1-2-3, top of the lineup here. In the bottom of the first inning, 0-0 score as the Maroon Devils line them up. And they're going to be facing a tall right-hander on the pitching mound for the Wildcats, and that is Braxton Rickett. Again, a tall right-hander on the mound. Pitch in, fouled off the bat of Rowan Ellis. By the way, a big shout-out today. We have a bunch of special guests in the Maroon Devil dugout on the baseball side, and that's the Swain Middle School. They're here as special guests of the Swain baseball team, and they had a team picture made earlier with Joanna McMahon over there, and it was just great to see those kids out there as they're in the dugout with the big boys, with the varsity baseball team. There's a ground ball foul again. And Coach Mike Verano did a good job knocking that one down. I bet that one stung. Those hard grounders on the third base side, they come at you quick. They don't call it the hot corner for nothing. As I know Coach Verano knows all that stuff, but anyway, Rowan Ellis hanging in there as he leads off for the Maroon Devils here with Lawson Woodard on deck. Bottom of the first inning just underway, and there's a high foul ball out of play. Up over the lights over there, the lights are on here in game number 2 as our Lady Devils won game number 1 in softball 10-0 in 5 innings. Winning in the bottom of the 5th inning, a two-hit shutout fired by Riley Rawls. We had a good chance to talk with Riley and Kennedy Anthony on the postgame show. They are just such special young ladies and very good softball players as well. And, it's hard to believe they're, underclassmen. Hard to believe, but they're going to be coming back, and it's going to be great to have them back. They're both sophomores, talking about Kennedy and Riley. Such a big part of that team. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Gloved, fired, and out number 2. Good play by the shortstop. Good hustle down there by Rowan Ellis. He runs really strong. 1 down. Lawson Woodard hitting now with 1 out. Here in the bottom of the first inning, Braden Ruwe is going to be on deck, followed by Carter Hayes, the number 4 man. We'll check the Andrews defense. As we mentioned, pitching Braxton Rackett, a tall, hard-throwing right-hander. Behind the plate is Tucker Sharp at first base, Ethan Sutton at second base, Drew Dartez. At third base is Aiden Garrett. And at shortstop is Logan Schuler. The outfield today for Andrews in center field is Eli Aguilar. Left field is Kelby Waldrop. And in right field is Will Roberts. Some of the guys over there backing up, Ethan Garrett, Elijah Morgan, Hayden Sharp, and Grayson Summerell. Again, the head coaches, Brian Wilson and Dane Rickett. Good guys. Pitch in. The dirt going to be blocked back there behind the plate by Tucker Sharp. I got to tell this story. Talking to Coach Brian Wilson and Dane Rickett. Of course, some of our great friends, Steve and Frank Manley, are here watching the game as well. And I asked the coach if he knew any of those Manley guys. And we were talking and sharing stories. And the coach says, well, there's a hard shot. That's going to be a base hit into left field. Rounding first and holding is going to be Lawson Woodard. First hit of the day. But we all agree that Steve Manley knows a lot of baseball. Frank Manley knows a lot of basketball. And we all agree that Matthew Manley knows nothing. So anyway, we got to chuckle. And if you see those guys, especially Coach Matthew, you tell him we were ragging on him on the broadcast today, will you? Okay. Oh, boy. Of course, Matthew played here. Frank and Steve Manley both coached here. They played their high school ball at Andrews. I'll tell you one of Frank Manley's stories in just a minute. Pitch in. Heading on down to second base and rolling in safely with a stolen base is going to be Lawson Woodard. As he rolls into second base now in scoring position with 1 out. Braden Ruwe, the batter. Frank Manley told me a story. He was pitching with the bases loaded for Andrews. Nat Watson was at the plate. Nat Watson with the bases loaded hit one in the river that probably still hasn't come down yet, but it was just foul. And Frank Manley said his dad, who was the head coach at the time, said, walk him with the bases loaded. So, and Frank did just that with the bases loaded. But giving up 1 run, I guess, is better than giving up 4. But that's a great baseball story from back in the day about, Frank Manley pitching against Swain's Nat Watson back in the day. Oh, man. Good guys, always fun to tell those good stories. Braden Ruwe batting. Braden had a birthday just a few days ago. Pitch in the dirt, blocked again. Holding down a second is going to be Lawson Woodard. On deck will be Carter Hayes, the Maroon Devil catcher. We'll get into some of the Maroon Devil stats here as we go along. We're just underway. in the first inning. No score. 3-0 the count to Braden Ruhe, who had a big day yesterday pitching with a win over Carolina Day in that 9-2 win. Pitch outside, ball 4, and the ball is dropped momentarily, hitting on down to third now. It's going to be Lawson Woodard. So Braden Ruhe on with a base on balls here. Carter Hayes batting now for the Maroon Devils. The cleanup hitter, Will Holden, is going to be on deck, and now runners on the corners. Lawson Woodard down at third. Braden Ruhe is at first, and I have a feeling he may take off soon with second base open. Rickett with a short wind-up, firing the pitch. Here's a well-hit ball. This one's deep, deep, deep into right field, and it is out of here, over the fence. So again, Braden Ruhe took off, and now he can trot around the bases. That is a 3-run homer off the bat of one Carter Hayes. That ball was jacked over the fence in right field. A 3-run homer for Carter Hayes. As soon as it took off, you knew it had a chance, and the right fielder over there for Andrews, Will Roberts, turned his back and ran, but no chance. That ball was well over the fence into deep straightaway right field, down into the highway, I'm guessing. So now the base is empty, a 3-0 Maroon Devil lead, and batting now is going to be Will Holden. So Carter Hayes with Lawson Woodard and Braden Ruhe on deck, giving the Maroon Devils an early 3-0 lead here. Here's a high foul out of play on the Wildcat dugout side. But a beautiful day here, as we were talking with Josh Gordon. Temperatures still in the 70s, just a light breeze. Sun is still out, even though the lights are on here for the baseball game. Sun is still shining. It's going to be somewhat in the eyes of everybody in the field. Here's another well-hit ball, going to be into straightaway center field, and it's going to be caught for out number 2. Good grab out there by Eli Aguilar, as Will hits a solid shot into center field for a 2 down. Forrest Schuler hitting now, the Maroon Devil first baseman today. Good crowd on hand. Some folks from Andrews making the journey over in the bleachers over there behind the Wildcat dugout. Most of the Maroon Devil fans are out on the parking lot as they park out there and watch out there. As again, Forrest Schuler is the batter with 2 out. Base is empty after that 3-run homer off the bat of Carter Hayes. Pitch in, just missing. Aiden Smiley is going to be on deck. He'll be the DH today, hitting for Noah Schuler, who's going to be the starting left fielder. We'll take a look at our defense in a few minutes here on the broadcast. 3-0 Swain. Pitch just missing outside to number 12, Forrest Schuler. We were talking about Senior Day. That's probably going to be coming up in 2 weeks. We have Murphy here next Tuesday, and in 2 weeks, we'll be hosting Hiwassee Dam. That is scheduled as the final home game. There's a foul ball out of play over on the Poplars. So Senior Day, I'm guessing, will be that last home game against Hiwassee Dam. By the way, I want to give a shout out to our good friend Carl Junaleska, who was officiating in the girls softball game earlier today. Carl's such a good friend and has called literally, I'm guessing, hundreds of sporting events in his outstanding officiating career. Good to see Carl here and have a chance to speak with him. He's such a good guy. I've known him forever. And is a fine official and a fine guy. There's a ball 4. So getting on now, Forrest Schuler. That's the second walk given up here in the first inning by pitcher Braxton Rickett for the Wildcats. Forrest on first, Aiden Smiley, the DH. Forrest, pickoff throw to first. Boy, that was close. Just at the last second, I think Forrest saw Rickett turn and fire, and he dove back just barely. That was really close at first base. Forrest now, I think, ready to go. Here's the pitch to the plate. Over the middle, it's going to be a base hit into left center field. Couple of hops, caught and fired back into the infield by the center fielder out there, Eli Aguilar. So now the Maroon Devils runners on first and second with 2 out and a 3-0 lead. And a big base hit over there for Aiden Smiley. Corey Stillwell batting now. The Maroon Devils right fielder wearing number 2 on deck will be Jones Robinson. But again, now the Maroon Devils runners on first and second, 2 out. Here in the bottom of the first inning with a 3-0 lead. Forrest Schuler getting the lead off second base. Of course, we got our coaches here getting the job done. Talking about Mike Verano, Jimmy Monteith, and Chris Barker. We appreciate these guys and the work they do. High school coaches, some of the most underpaid, and in some cases, underappreciated, because they put in a lot of time. Pitch in, call strike to Corey Stillwell now with 2 out, 2-1 the count on the Maroon Devil right fielder. Swain in the solid white with maroon numbers and maroon trim, maroon pinstripes. Classic look. There's a foul ball over against the batting cage. You can hear it pow off the roof, and it actually is going to bounce back into the playing field. So the right fielder over there, Will Roberts, can actually throw the ball back into play. They're going to run it over there out of play right now. Nice to have that batting cage, though, and the players can get in there, softball and baseball, and get some practice with a roof over their head. Corey hanging in, 2-2 the count, 2 out. There's a high pop-up, could be trouble. Second baseman drifting back and has it, and that'll be out number 3 as we leave 2 stranded, but a 3-0 lead as we go to the top of the second inning. Maroon Devils on top. We'll be right back. Fans, welcome back as we get things underway here on the top of the second inning. Ethan Sutton on the very first pitch just grounded out to the infield for 1 down. So, again, Good play out there by the Maroon Devil infield to get the play on over to first base as we just got back to see Ethan Hutton ground out for out number one. Braxton Rickett now is batting with one down. On deck is going to be Aiden Garrett behind Braxton, the starting pitcher for Andrews. Pitch in missing for a ball. As we mentioned, Lawson Woodard on the mound today for the Maroon Devils. Behind the plate, as always, is going to be, of course, Carter Hayes catching. Again, an all-conference player, going to be playing at Milligan College next year over near Johnson City, Tennessee. Over at first base is Forrest Schuler. At second base is Jones Robinson. At third base is Will Holden. The shortstop is Rowan Ellis. In the outfield on that swing and a miss. No, it's going to be ball 3-0 the count. In left field for the Maroon Devils is Noah Schuler. In center field is Braden Ruhe. And over in right field is going to be Corey Stillwell. There's a ground ball to second, on over to first in time. Way over, good play over there by the Maroon Devils second baseman, Jones Robinson. Over there almost behind second base. Good range and good throw to first for a 2 down. So a couple of grounders here in the second inning for Andrews. Getting the bat on the ball will bring up Aiden Garrett, the starting third baseman for the Andrews Wildcats, wearing number 8. Andrews with their black pants, red shirts, white trim. There's a line shot right over first base, and that's going to be a base hit. Right over first base. Making a good jump on it was Forrest Schuler, but just a line shot over first base. And that is the first hit on the day for the Wildcats. Yeah, that'll bring up Drew D'Artez, second baseman for the Wildcats. Again, Andrews in black pants, red jerseys, red helmets, black and white trim. Maroon Devils in solid white with maroon pinstripes and maroon numbers. And Maroon Devils on the front of the jersey. Pitch outside for a ball. Lawson Woodard again had a very good first inning. 3 up, 3 down inning. 2 outs now with 1 on. Pitch in for a strike, 1-1 the count with 2 out here at the top of the second inning. Again, we appreciate Brian Wilson and Dane Rickett helping us out with the lineup. And good guys. Swing and a miss. Big cut there by Drew D'Artez. On deck is going to be Tucker Sharp, a Wildcat catcher. Pitch in the dirt, going to be blocked by Carter Hayes. I tell you, Carter does not let many balls get through. And that's why he's going to be playing next year collegiately. Pitch in, big cut. That's going to be a swing and a miss, strike 3, as the Wildcats leave 1 on base. And the Maroon Devils go to the bottom of the second inning with a 3-0 lead. Will be coming to bat after this timeout. Fans, welcome back on the Maroon Devils Network as we go to the bottom of the second inning. The Maroon Devils with a 3-0 lead. Of course, the big blow was a big shot into deep right field. Carter Hayes, a 3-run homer in the bottom of the first inning. And that is the difference in the ball game now. We're going to see Jones Robinson hitting now for the Maroon Devils to lead off here on the bottom of the second. Pitch in, first pitch for a ball. Rowan Ellis is going to be on deck. Lawson Woodard will follow. As we go back to the top of the lineup here on Middle School Baseball Day here at Swain County High School. The Middle School baseball team over in the dugout. And there's a shot over the infield that's going to be in for a base hit. Just into shallow center field for a base hit for Jones Robinson. So far today, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 hits on the day for the Maroon Devils. Of course, the big one, a 3-run homer. From Carter Hayes, we go to the top of the lineup. Rowan Ellis batting down, grounded to shortstop his first time. Lawson Woodard, the starting pitcher for the Maroon Devils, is going to be on deck. As we mentioned, this is Middle School Day. The Middle School baseball team, there's a pick out for the first not in time as Jones gets back. The Middle School baseball team and the Maroon Devils varsity dugout here to see what it feels like to be part of a high school game. As of course, I'm sure they want to think about the day that they'll be playing here for the Maroon Devils on the varsity level, not too far down the road. And we wish all these young guys the best as they continue to improve in their baseball career. There's a bunt, or an attempted bunt. Bat is thrown out there. The ball gets through and hustling on down to second base. Now it's going to be Jones Robinson. That pitch got inside. I don't know if the bunt look that Rowan Ellis threw up there had his bat like he was going to bunt. And that pitch sailed way inside. And we're going to see a visit to the pitching mound here. That pitch way inside got by the catcher. And that gave Jones Robinson an easy ticket down to second base. As Rowan Ellis will stay in there hitting now with a 2-0 count. Talking about the Smoky Mountain Conference standings, we talked about the softball standings, of course, in the softball game, and the baseball standings. Right now, Hayesville all alone in first place at 7-0 in the Smoky Mountain Conference. Robbinsville sole possession of second at 5-1. Then we have a tie for third between Hiwassee Dam and Murphy at 4-2. And then our Maroon Devils right now in fifth place at 3-3. Andrews is 0-7. Cherokee is 0-8 on the year at conference play. Now, both these teams will still have, I believe, 6 conference games left, including today. We're at the midway point in the conference schedule. Now, some of the teams, Cherokee has already played 8 games. Andrews has played 7 conference games, as has Hayesville. But Robbinsville, Hiwassee Dam, Murphy, and Swain have all played 6 conference games coming into play today. Of course, rain kind of messed up the schedule, as you know. That's part of baseball and softball. There's a well-hit ball by Rowan Ellis. Is going to be out there in shallow right field. Right fielder can't get a glove on it until it hit the ground. Motoring on into third base is going to be Jones Robinson on that base hit off the bat of Rowan Ellis. Again, that ball just hit right in front of Will Roberts in shallow right field, just in front of his glove. As Lawson Woodard will be batting now with nobody out. Lawson got a base hit first time up. So again, midway part of the Smoky Mountain Conference schedule for most of the teams. Pitch in for a ball. Rolling on down to second base with no throw with a runner on third is Rowan Ellis. And don't forget, the Maroon Devils and Andrews will play this Friday, weather permitting, at Andrews. There is a slight chance of rain in the forecast, which can change, as you know. But the schedule is softball and baseball. Swain at Andrews this Friday. Next Tuesday, Murphy will be here in softball and baseball. And we hope to be here for that live action as well. on the Maroon Devils Network. There's a hard shot into left center field. Going to be caught though on the run by the left fielder with a great play out there in left center. And that holds everybody. Again, fine play in left field by Kelby Waldrop, who went a long way to his left on a deep shot that with a couple of hops would have hit the fence. Again, a well-hit ball there by Lawson Woodard. Braden Ruay batting. Braden walked his first time up. Runners at second and third. There's a high pop-up, and it's going to be playable at second base. Second base back has it. So the Maroon Devils now. Still a couple of guys in scoring position. Two down. Carter Hayes, the batter. And you know what? It wouldn't surprise me at all to see Andrews put him on. Because he launched one into deep right field for a three-run homer his first time that cleared the fence with ease. And let's see. First base is empty is the reason I say that. First base is open, but they're going to pitch to him. Carter Hayes, strong hitter, strong catcher. And the cleanup spot. Pitch inside for a ball. Ball gets through. Coming hard from third is going to be John Robinson, and he slides in safely. No play at the plate. And hustling on down to third base. On that ball is going to be Rowan Ellis. So now the Maroon Devils with a 4-0 lead and a runner at third with two out. Here in the bottom of the second inning. Hey, man, I tell you, that pitcher-catcher combination is so crucial in baseball. It is. You can't say enough about how much it means to any team. There's another shot. That one may be gone as well. And that one is out of here. So for the second time at bat, Carter Hayes has cleared the right field fence with this time with a two-run home run. So in two times at bat, 2 home runs and 5 RBIs. And that's why I was wondering if they might have put him on first base. With first base empty, they elected to pitch to him, and boy, Carter Hayes launches another one. This one on the right-hand side of the light pole. The other one was on the left-hand side of the light pole, and they were both well hit. I mean, in that area, it's about 325 to 330 feet. Down right field line is 325. Right center 330. So that one's right in the middle of those two signs out there on the outfield. Man, that was a shot. Batting down is going to be Will Holden. Fly to center field first time. Ball on the dirt, blocked, and coming up with it. A good job behind home plate by Tucker Sharp here in the bottom of the second. Maroon Devils now with 5 RBIs from Carter Hayes with a 6-0 lead. Pitch in, ball gets by, nobody hurt. Dane Rickett not pitching a bad game at all. I mean, really, you take away a couple of pitches, and this could be probably a 1-0 or maybe 2-0 game at worst. But when that ball clears the outfield fence. Pitch inside. Oh, it's going to be a call strike. Off-speed pitch for a call strike. 2-1 the count with two out now. Braden Ruay. Again, nice job on the mound for the Maroon Devils yesterday, and a 9-2 win over Carolina Day. There's a shot over second base hit right up the middle off the bat of Braden Ruay. So Braden, who has walked and popped out to second base now with his first hit of the day. No, check that. My bad, it's going to be Will Holden. And now batting is going to be Forrest Schuler. Forrest walked his last time. Pick out throw to first. Will gets back. So again, Carter Hayes will hold it now at first base. Another pick-out throw. And again, Will gets back. Will 1 for 2 on the day. A fly to center field and a single in two times. And now Forrest Schuler at the plate blocked his last time. And on deck is going to be Aiden Smiley, our DH. Pitch strike on the outside corner. Again, we'll talk about some of the baseball stats as we go along here for the Maroon Devils. We have no stats for the Wildcats, by the way. There's a swing and miss for a strike. Of course, all our stats come from Max Prep's website. And none were available for Andrews, just so you'll know. We're not being one-sided with our stat situation there. There's a high pop-up. And it's going to be caught down at second base. And we leave one stranded, so we've played two, and the Maroon Devils have a 6-0 lead. We'll be back with the top of the third after this timeout. Fans, glad to have you along on the Maroon Devils Network as we go to the top of the third inning. Our Maroon Devils hosting the Andrews Wildcats. And right now, the pitch in for a ball from the strong right arm of Lawson Woodard. 1-0 count here to get things underway at the top of the third, but the Maroon Devils off to a 6-0 lead. 5 of those RBIs snuck in with a 3-run homer and a 2-run homer off the bat of Carter Hayes. 2 home runs in his 2 times at bat. And that's the big difference in this ball game today. As we get things underway here at the top of the third inning, leading off is going to be Will Roberts now for Andrews. Now check that. That's going to be Tucker Sharp leading off. He is number 9, plays catcher for the Wildcats. The number 9 position guy, right fielder Will Roberts, is going to be on deck. So Tucker Sharp, Will Roberts, and Eli Aguilar will hit. There's the ball 4. And that's going to be, I believe, the first walk given up today from right-hander Lawson Woodard. So Tucker Sharp is going to be on deck. Will Roberts batting now for the Wildcats, and on deck will be Eli Aguilar. Again, Roberts, the right fielder, has already had a busy day today. He's been out there in right field trying to chase down 2 home runs that went over the fence. And, of course, he had no chance on either of those. They were well hit and out of here. Off the bat of Carter Hayes. Andrews got a man on. Strike in. 1-2 the count now with no out. Here in the top of the third inning, 6-0 ball game. Maroon Devils on top. So the Maroon Devils here trying to keep the lid on Andrews as again Will Roberts is batting now with Eli Aguilar on deck. Two and two the count now with no out. Wildcats one man on. Pitch in, just missing. Count runs full now on Will Roberts. Andrews on the day. This is only their second base runner. Swing and a miss, and that's going to be strike three. So Will Roberts' big cut goes down swinging now. And that's the third strikeout unofficially for Lawson Woodard. He had one on a foul tip earlier that may be classified as strikeout as well. Eli Aguilar batting now, struck out his first time. The Wildcat center fielder, Kelby Waldrop, is going to be on deck. Attempted bunt. And they're going to call that a strike, I believe. Yes. Strike one with one down. Wildcats trying to get on board here with a 6-0 deficit. Foul ball out of play over on the softball field. And the girls were finished over there. They were playing kind of an intra-squad scrimmage a little bit. Just a while ago. On the heels of a 10-0 win in softball over Andrews. As Riley Rawls pitched a two-hitter, swing and miss for a strike. Throw down to second, going to be in time. Throwing down at second base is going to be Will Roberts trying to steal, and that's going to be out number three. So the Maroon Devils get out of the inning, and we go to the bottom of the third with a 6-0 Maroon Devil lead. We'll be right back. Fans, welcome back. We go to the bottom of the third. The Maroon Devils with a strong start here, a 6-0 lead over the Andrews Wildcats, and the Maroon Devils here in the bottom of the third will send Aiden Smiley, Corey Stillwell, and Jones Robinson to the plate. Aiden got a big base hit his first time up as he leads off here in the third. Off-speed pitch in for a strike. Talking about some of the stats here on the season. Aiden Smiley hitting .250 with a two-run scored, has one hit on the year and a couple of RBIs for the freshman. Aiden Smiley, a true freshman, starting for the Maroon Devils today. He is the DH. And he just rips the ball all the way to the left field fence. He's going to round first and hold. Hustling down there quickly is Kilby Waldrop to get the ball back into the infield for Andrews, but that ball was well hit. A line drive got to the fence quickly, and that's why Aiden Smiley had to basically hold up at first base because that ball got there to the fence in a hurry. So Aiden 2 for 2 on the day, having a good day. His batting average is going to be going up. Coming into this game today, he had 4 at-bats, a couple of runs, and 1 hit on the year with 2 RBIs. Batting now, the ball is going to get through, a pitch in the dirt. As Corey Stillwell is at the plate. Corey on the year, 7 runs, 3 hits on the season, 5 RBIs, has a double on the season, and 6 stolen bases for the Maroon Devils sophomore, starting in right field today. Pitch in for a strike to Corey, a sophomore. On deck is going to be Jones Robinson. Here on middle school day for the Swain Middle School in the dugout with the Maroon Devils varsity baseball team today. Good to have those guys out here. Here's a ground ball that's going to stay in play at third base. On over to first in time. Is it? No, it's not in time. And hustling on down to third is going to be Aiden Smiley. So beating it out over there. Doing a good job is Corey Stillwell, showing some good wheels. An infield single. Jones Robinson batting now. Got a base hit his first time up. Jones on the season hitting .324. 9 runs, 11 hits on the year, 6 RBIs, couple of doubles, and 6 stolen bases on the year as they try to pick off Corey over at first base. But Corey's quick. The sophomore gets back in time. Braxton Rickett on the mound for the Wildcats. Taking off Corey Stillwell. Rolls into second, no throw. So now the Maroon Devils runners in scoring position with no out. 1-0 the count. Bottom of the third. Pitch in from Rickett. Just missing for a ball. 2-0 the count. On deck behind Jones is going to be top of the lineup and Rowan Ellis. Jones has also had some pitching this year for the Maroon Devils. 8 innings pitched on the year. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Gloves it, fires on over the first base. Throw is going to be wide and winding up safe because the first baseman had to pull over there. Tough break for the Andrews Wildcats. As over at first base, Ethan Sutton had to pull. The throw was wide on the home plate side. The officials are going to talk over the call. They both agree it's going to be safe, and I think they made the right call because the throw was wide. And the first baseman, I think, made the right decision. He had to pull off the bag or risk that throw going into the fence. And the run scores for the Maroon Devils. So again, a big ground ball in the infield. Top of the lineup, and Rowan Ellis batting now. Heading on down to second base is going to be Jones Robinson. So Jones down at second. Now down at third base is Corey Stillwell. There's a shot into straightaway center field. Going to be caught. Everybody's going to hold. Good arm out there in center field by Eli Aguilar. So Rowan Ellis hit it strong, but a fly ball into straightaway center. Lawson Woodard batting now for the Maroon Devils has a base hit and a fly to left field 2 times. Stole a base his first time on. And he was on base when Carter Hayes launched a 3-run homer over the right field fence. His second of this game. Pitch just missing inside. Lawson Woodard on the year hitting .282, 13 runs scored, 11 hits, 12 RBIs, Three doubles, has one big triple, 9 stolen bases. One of the team leaders in that category along with Rowan Ellis. Ball gets through. Another run scores for the Maroon Devils now. Hustling on down to third base is going to be Jones Robinson after Corey Stillwell just crossed home plate. On that ball that got through. And it's an 8-0 Maroon Devil lead now. And again, that pitcher-catcher combination. So important. Robinson at third. Check Swain going to be in for a ball. 3-0 the count now with only one out. Lawson Woodard, your starting pitcher today. 1 for 2 at the plate. Pitch in for a strike. Lawson, by the way, one of the team leaders. Leads the team in runs scored with 13. 11 hits coming into this game. A team leader there, and the only triple of the year, believe it or not. Pitch ball, it's going to be ball 4. So Lawson is on for the second time today with a free pass, and the runners on the corners. And Lawson's a good runner. He's going to be taken out probably soon with Braden Ruway at the plate for the Maroon Devils. Talking about Braden. Good day yesterday. Braden Ruway had a big win as Carolina Day just couldn't hit him as he struck out 7 batters over 5 2/3 innings while giving up just one earned run off 2 hits on the mound. And Braden had a big day at the plate for that 9-2 Maroon Devil win over Carolina Day here at home. Andrews having a meeting on the mound with their starting pitcher again, talking about Mr. Braxton Rickett facing a Maroon Devil baseball team that's a pretty solid hitting team, by the way. They hit the ball well. Talking about some of the team averages, the Maroon Devils hitting .289 as a team, have scored 102 runs, 88 hits on the year, 77 RBIs, 17 doubles, 1 triple, 5 home runs coming into this game today. We've left 102 on base, 66 walks, and 63 strikeouts on the year as a team, and 58 stolen bases. Pitching, our Maroon Devils with a 2.87 ERA, 85 strikeouts against 58 walks. And looks like there's going to be a pitching change for the Wildcats. Coming on is going to be Drew D'Artes, the starting second baseman. He's going to come on to pitch, right-hander. And it looks like, let's see. So we're going to have maybe a couple of other defensive changes here for the Wildcats. D'Artes will again come on to pitch as he gets his warm-up pitches in. It looks like Braxton Rickett, a tall guy, is going to be over at first base. And let's see where Ethan Sutton might go. He started at first base for the Wildcats. Is he going to? Not sure what the situation is going to be there, as again, D'Artes throws his warm-up pitches here for Andrews. Coming in down 8-0 with runners on the corners. And again, we have no stats available for Andrews, so if you're wondering why we don't give any Wildcat stats, it's because none are available from the Max Preps high school baseball site. That's where we pull those from in baseball and softball, and in just about every other sport as well. That's kind of the website for high school baseball statistics, rosters, that kind of good stuff for broadcasters and coaches as well. They like to see what the other teams are doing and who has the hot bat, who is the strong pitcher, and so forth. We're in the bottom of the third inning. The Maroon Devils up 8-0. And again, D'Artes warming up, and he's just about finished up his warm-up pitches. And we'll get back to live action here. And it looks like, again, in the infield for Andrews, Braxton Rickett is going to be over at first base. Over at second base now is going to be Ethan Sutton, who was at first base. So a couple of defensive changes there. Pitch gets by, so D'Artes off to a shaky start on his first pitch. Ball gets by, and now the Maroon Devils scoring from third. That's Corey Stillwell for run number 9, and the Maroon Devils still have a runner down at second base in Lawson Woodard. So D'Artes coming in from second base, if you're wondering where the second baseman went, that is D'Artes now coming on to pitch. Oh, the ball is going to be, I think it got a piece of Braden Ruwe. He's going to be hit by a pitch, I'm pretty sure. So Ruwe is going to be on. And again, D'Artes having a shaky start here, coming on in relief of Braxton Rickett. So here's how the change went. The starting pitcher went to first base. The starting first baseman went to second base for Andrews, and the second baseman is now on the mound pitching. And runners at first and second with one out. And man, this is a tough break. Again, for D'Artes coming in, now Carter Hayes is batting with runners at first and second. And Carter already has 2 home runs on the day, 5 RBIs. A 3-run homer and a 2-run homer. And this ball is hit deep to right field again. This one may be foul. So the Wildcats get a break. This one was over the fence, but it's over past the batting cages, over the fence, deep. That one was probably about 20 feet from being a third home run of the day. Somebody is already over there, and they got the ball. But again, that ball was launched again off the bat of Carter Hayes, but foul. Pitch high, runners are going to advance, and now the Maroon Devils have runners in scoring position at second and third as the ball gets by. So it's been a tough day for the Wildcat pitchers and catchers here this afternoon, and that is the difference in this 9-0 game, just to be honest. Umpire call time. Stepping out of the batter's box is Carter Hayes. Talking about Carter, what a year he's having. Hitting .333. Coming into this game, 7 runs, 12 hits, 1 home run. Now he has 3 home runs. Now he has 15 RBIs. Has 4 doubles on the year. That pitch high for a ball. But again, now he has 14 hits. So he joins Will Holden with 14 hits. Braden Ruwe, I think, has 13 or 14 now. So the guy's stats are moving up. Pitch in. Outside corner for a strike. Carter Hayes, I don't think, agreed with that. That's going to be called third strike. So Carter looked at the umpire in disbelief, and that's going to be strike 3. 2 down. Will Holden, the batter. Will has flied to center field and singled in 2 times. But boy, Carter Hayes, again, as we mentioned, just a few feet from having 3 home runs on the day. That last shot he hit was foul, but it cleared the fence easily. Again, batting now is going to be Will Holden, 1 for 2 on the day. Will on the year having a great year, hitting .364, team leading .364 average, 14 runs, 12 hits, 4 RBIs, 1 double. And Will is only a freshman. Pitch high for a ball. Again, on in relief for the Wildcats, Drew D'Artes, the starting second baseman. 9-0 Maroon Devil lead now with 2 out, 2-0 the count. On Will Holden, Forrest Schuler on deck. Oh, that pitch real high, and there's going to be no play at the plate. Sliding in safely is going to be Lawson Woodard. So again, the Wildcats giving up some runs on some pitches that are getting by. And now the Wildcat Head coach coming out to talk to the umpire and maybe his catcher as well. Maroon Devils now with a 10-0 lead. I think the coach might be questioning something that occurred on that previous play. Middle school day as he heads back to the dugout. The officials confer. Middle school day with the middle school baseball team and the Maroon Devil varsity dugout today. And now we're not sure. They're going to be talking with Maroon Devil head coach Mike Verano. Not sure what this is going to be. But Will Holden is checking back out at the dugout. And with a 10-0 lead here in the bottom of the third inning. I don't know if there was a question if the ball hit the bat of Holden while he was at the plate. That could be a potential situation, but they're talking it over with Mike Verano. And we'll see what the situation is here. As we may not find out, but that run that scored was run number 10, which in the grand scheme of things could be big. This could be a 5-run mercy rule kind of a ball game. Or 10 runs after 5 innings, if you will. Coach Verano and the officials talking it over out there with a break in the action here. Well, the officials and Coach Verano, I'm not sure if they're agreeing or disagreeing, but it seems cordial. We'll leave it at that, as Coach Verano, I think, is going to turn around and head to the bench. And I think they're going to call that last at-bat an out. That and the run will not count, and that would be the third out. So that apparently is the case. I guess they're ruling that there was a swing. I think they ruled that was a swing, which would be the third strike at out number 3, because they took that last run that scored off the scoreboard. So that seems to be the case. Now it's a 9-0 Maroon Devil lead, and that was ruled out number 3. So we go to the top of the 4th inning after all that. Maroon Devil still up 9-0. We'll be back. Fans, welcome back as we go to the top half of the fourth inning here in Maroon Devil Country as Smoky Mountain Conference Baseball is live on the Maroon Devils Network as we're having a good time bringing you the action. And again, apparently that was the ruling there on the bottom of the third inning that there was apparently a ruled third strike. That would have been out number 3. And the last run that scored on that ball that got through did not count. So that's where we are. 9-0 Maroon Devil lead now, leading off for the Andrews Wildcats. Here with a foul ball off his bat over there is going to be Kelby Waldrop, the starting left fielder, fly to center field his first time. Doing a good job on the mound for the Maroon Devils today is Lawson Woodard. He has gone the distance so far with a shutout. There's a ground ball right up the middle, and that's going to be one of the few hits the Wildcats have had today, but a solid base hit off the bat of Kelby Waldrop. And unofficially, let's see here. 1, 2, I think 2 hits so far on the day for the Wildcats. Aiden Garrett had a base hit. Kelby Waldrop now with a base hit, and there was 1 walk given up. And batting now is going to be number 17, Logan Schuler. I think he got called out last time on a foul tip that was caught by Carter Hayes behind the plate. Logan, the number 3 batter in the Wildcat lineup. Ethan Sutton, the cleanup hitter, on deck here. Top of the fourth inning, Wildcats lead off with a runner on base. Ball inside. Don't forget now, coming up this Friday, weather permitting, both these teams will play again at Andrews this time. Pitch just inside. 3-0 the count now. Earlier today, the Lady Devil softball team with a 10-0 5-run win over the Lady Wildcats of Andrews. They'll play again on Friday at Andrews, of course. Pitch in for a strike on a 3-0 count. Big pitch from Lawson Woodard. And we hope the rain will stay away so everybody can play this Friday at Andrews. There's a big swing and a miss for a strike 2. Count runs full with no out, 1 on. And we have a new third baseman coming in for the Maroon Devils now. It's going to be Andreas Cisneros. He's going to be at third base for the Maroon Devils now. Number 21, and there's going to be ball 4. And that's going to be only the second walk given up today by the Maroon Devils. So now the Wildcats making some noise with 2 runners on as Schuler gets on with a base on balls. Ethan Sutton grounded to shortstop his last time up for the Wildcats. Takes pitch number 1 for a call strike. But this is the first time today, I'm pretty sure the Wildcats have had runners at first and second with no out. 1-1 the count. So again, Cisneros at third base for the Maroon Devils defensively. There's a high fly going to be over in right field. Corey Stillwell coming on the run, throws back at second base, now leads the run, the throw down to third. So a good job out there by Corey Stillwell in right field, running hard into shallow right center to catch that for the out, and then threw ahead of the runner to hold him at second base. Wildcats Braxton Rickett batting now. 1 out. Rickett first time up, grounded to second base. Rickett was the starting pitcher for the Wildcats. There's a hard grounder between shortstop and third, base hit. Runner will hold at third, and the Wildcats have the bases loaded. So Rickett with his first base hit of the day. Aiden Garrett coming to bat now for the Wildcats. He got the first base hit for the Wildcats earlier. The starting third baseman, Aiden Garrett. And he's batting now with 1 out, and now the base is loaded. Wildcats with their first scoring opportunity of the day, or I should say their best scoring opportunity, with the bases loaded and 1 down. Pitch high for a ball. Lawson Woodard, the starting pitcher, bearing down now with the bases loaded and a 9-0 lead here in the top of the fourth. Pitch inside, missing for a ball. 2-0 the count now with one out. Pitch just missing outside. 3-0 the count now with one down. And now the batter gets a word from his head coach down in the third base batter's box. Talking about Aiden Garrett. Base hit his first time on deck is going to be Drew D'Artez, starting second baseman, who has come on in relief now for the Wildcats on the mound. Garrett back in the batter's box now with a 3-0 count. And the coach probably said, hey, got the bases loaded 3-0. You might want to let this pitch go by. And he does, and that's going to be a walked-in run for Andrews. As again, Garrett is issued a bases-loaded walk, and that's the first run of the ball game for the Wildcats. Now a 9-1 game, and the bases are still loaded with one out. At the plate now for the Wildcats is going to be Drew D'Artez, as we mentioned, starting second baseman. Now relief pitcher Tucker Sharp is going to be on deck. Swing and a miss. Again, bases loaded now. One down, 0-1 count. And a strike now from Lawson Woodard, quickly ahead of D'Artez with an 0-2 count with one out. There's a pop-up foul, no play on the right field side. That one going to be just inside the fence, but again, no play. This is a good-sized baseball field in the grand scheme. We're talking about 325 down the right field line. We're talking about 325 down the left field line as well. 360 to straightaway center field. 330 to the alleys in right center and left center. So this is a big high school baseball field. Foul ball out of play behind the plate. And that made the two home runs hit by Carter Hayes earlier even more impressive. He launched a couple over right field that have been the big 5 RBI reason the Maroon Devils lead 9-1 now. There's a shot into left center field that's going to go basically all the way to the warning track. 2 runs are in for the Wildcats, and everybody advances. And now in with a stand-up double is going to be Drew D'Artez with a double and 2 RBIs. So a big double off the bat of Drew D'Artez, helping his own pitching effort, if you will. Aiden Garrett right ahead of him at third base now. Runners on second and third. 9-3 ball game. Tucker Sharp, your batter for the Wildcats, the catcher. Pitch high for a ball. Sharp got on with a walk his first time. That'll bring Will Roberts on deck. But Andrews now answering back with a 3-run inning and still only one out. Swing and a miss. 1-1 the count now. Pitch in. Woodard just missing outside for a ball. 2-1 the count now with one down. Again, Tucker Sharp, the catcher, batting with right fielder Will Roberts on deck. Pitch in. 2-1. 2-2. Check that. 2-2 the count now. To Tucker Sharp. Ball low. Count runs full now. First base is empty. Runners on second and third. Lights are on here at Swain County High School. Nice breeze picking up here with, again, just a beautiful evening. There's ball 4. And Tucker Sharp has been walked now for the second time today, and that'll bring up Will Roberts. Mike Verano is concerned, rightfully so, with the bases loaded. And only one out. Fans, stay tuned. They're going to talk it over in the infield, and we'll take a break, and we'll be right back. And just a quick visit to the mound. Coach Mike Verano talking it over with his man on the mound today, Lawson Woodard. Bases loaded here with 1 out. And a 3-run inning for the Wildcats as they're answering back after being down 9-0. And at the plate now for the Wildcats is going to be Will Roberts. Struck out last time. He's the bottom of the lineup, the right fielder. Top of the lineup on deck with Eli Aguilar. Oh, big swing and a miss from Roberts. Don't forget, these teams will play again this Friday, weather permitting, at Andrews. Then next Tuesday, we'll be right back here. Hopefully on the Maroon Devils Network with Pitch In for a Ball, 1-1. Murphy will be here. Right now in the Smoky Mountain Conference standings, Murphy just ahead of us in the standings. Murphy 4-2 in the conference. Our Maroon Devils 3-3. So that's a big game next Tuesday here at Swain. Pitch in for a strike. 1-2 the count now. And then, of course, a week from this Friday, Swain at Murphy. There's a ground ball up the middle, and it's going to be caught on over to first in time, and a double play for the Maroon Devils, turning it. Good job there by the Maroon Devils shortstop, just getting it done as Rowan Ellis got the sharp grounder up the middle, stepped on second, fired to first, and that left the bases loaded. Tough break for the Wildcats as we go to the bottom of the fourth. It's Swain 9, Andrews 3. We'll be back. As we go to the bottom of the fourth inning, our Maroon Devils right now leading Andrews 9-3 here in Smoky Mountain Conference play, and leading us off here on the bottom of the fourth inning is going to be Forrest Schuler. Forrest in 2 times has walked and popped up to second base. Our starting first baseman this afternoon, wearing number 12 on deck, is going to be DH Aiden Smiley, who's had a good day today with a couple of hits. Again, congratulations to Riley Rawls, softball pitcher today with a 10-0 win over Andrews in 5 innings. Riley moved up to number 5, just passing Taylor Day on the all-time strikeout chart here at Swain County High School, the strikeout leaders all-time in fast pitch. And so Riley moved up to number 5, only a sophomore, but she now has a lot of strikeouts. As she is now, I'm guessing, about 240 approximately. She passed Taylor Day, who had 229 today. So she's up there around 240. Her next mountain to climb is 350 strikeouts. Just ahead of her is Stacy Griggs. And Stacy is 4th on the list. Pitch in, that's going to be ball 4. So the Maroon Devils, Forrest Schuler, gets on with a walk here to get things underway. Just ahead of Stacy is Kristen Cook. In the number 2 spot is Sarah Davis Smiley. And the all-time leader, Shelby Parker, with 820 strikeouts. That's just phenomenal. At the plate now for the Maroon Devils is going to be number 20, Aiden Smiley. Again, a big day for the DH man, and he has come through with 2 hits on the day. Aiden on the season had only been to the plate 4 times, 4 at-bats, with a couple of runs scored and 1 hit and 2 RBIs for the freshman. But today he's come through with a 2-for-2 effort. There's a foul ball out of play behind the bleachers. Maroon Devils now with a man on and nobody out. 0-2 the count quickly to Aiden. On deck is going to be Corey Stillwell. Our right fielder who has had a busy day. Made a good defensive play out there already. Pitch high for a ball and throw down to second base. Not going to be in time, as now Forrest Schuler with a stolen base gets himself into scoring position. Forrest had 5 stolen bases before that one. Our base stealing leaders, Rowan Ellis with 9 and Lawson Woodard with 9 coming into this game today. There's a ground ball to the shortstop. Goes on over to first for the out. But moving on down to third base is going to be Forrest Schuler, as Aiden Smiley moves him on around with that ground ball. And it looks like we're going to have a batting change. Coming on is going to be Derek Arellano, batting number 6 now for the Maroon Devils. And this is only Derek's 2nd at bat on the year. He's been to the plate 1 time. And that pitch in the dirt, running hard from third and scoring easily. No play at the plate. So again, Forrest Schuler coming in to score to make it a 10-3 Maroon Devil lead now with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. And again, new man in the lineup for the Maroon Devils, Derek Arellano. So now the bases are empty with 1 down. 1-0 the count to Derek. Pitch outside for a ball. As we mentioned, coming on to pitch in relief for Andrews is Drew D'Artez, coming on in relief following the starter Braxton Rickett. Pitch high for a ball. It gets through. Nobody on. No harm done. But a 3-0 count quickly now to Derek Arellano. Don't forget, Friday on the road, try to make the trip to Andrews. If you're listening in from Andrews, and we hope you'll come out and back your guys as well. It's just so good to see support for these kids. They practice and work hard. And there's a hit by pitch. Arellano is going to be on. So Derek, HBP, if you will. So Maroon Devils on the base paths again now. And coming on is going to be Jones Robinson. In 2 times at bat, has a single. Second time up, got on with an error, but got credit for an RBI on a wide throw at first base, and a run scored on that play. So again, Jones Robinson with one of our 10 RBIs on the day. Of course, the big blows coming off Carter Hayes' bat 2 home runs over right field fence. That ball gets through, and Derek Arellano is in easily at second. And his his teammates are really cheering him on out there. Again, Derek only his second time at bat this year for the Maroon Devils. But talking about Carter Hayes, what a day. 2 bombs over the right field fence, 5 RBIs with those 2 home runs. And he hit another one that was foul over the right field fence. I mean, just foul. Again, probably, I'm guessing, maybe 20 feet foul. But between the right field foul pole and the batting cage roof over there, it cleared the fence. Oh, ball in the dirt, gets by. Arellano hustling on down to third base now. And again, his teammates are happy for him. So Derek has not scored this year, but I tell you, he's on the verge of possibly doing that with 1 out and a 3-0 count. And Andrews having another visit to the pitcher's mound. Fans, stay tuned while they talk it over. We're going to take a break as well. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Swain up 10-3 over the Wildcats, and we'll be right back. Fans, welcome back after the visit to the mound. They're going to stay with the relief pitcher who has, again, and that's going to be, looks like ball 4. And Drew D'Artes walking the batter. And that was Jones Robinson, who's now at first base for the Maroon Devils. Rowan Ellis batting now. Top of the lineup here with the Maroon Devils up 10-3. 1 out. Runners on the corners, and now runner is going down to second base. Ball gets through. Charging hard from third base and out at home plate, unfortunately for the Maroon Devils. That one was not a real close play, as the runner coming from third is going to be out. Hustling back there was Tucker Sharp to get the ball and get it to the pitcher, D'Artes, covering home plate for out 2. But hustling on over to third base during all that is Jones Robinson in this 10-3 Maroon Devil ball game. And now Rowan Ellis at the plate. Rowan on the day with a grounder to shortstop, a single, and a fly to center field in 3 times. As we mentioned, after that visit, D'Artes staying in. He came on in relief of Braxton Rickett for the Wildcats. Pitch high for a ball. So again, 2 out now, a 3-0 count to Rowan Ellis. Lawson Woodard is going to be on deck for the Maroon Devils here at home under the lights. Pitch high for a ball. Ball gets through. Coming from third again, this time scoring from third is going to be Jones Robinson. And he scores on the pass ball, and heading on down to first base with a walk is going to be Rowan Ellis. So now an 11-3 Maroon Devil lead with 2 out. And hitting now is going to be Lawson Woodard, who has a base hit, a fly to left field, and a walk in 3 times. As I mentioned, Lawson has had a big year, hitting .282, 13 runs coming into this game, 11 hits, 1 triple, 9 stolen bases, 12 RBIs, 3 doubles. So he has been a big bat. in this Maroon Devil lineup. Not to mention, pickoff throw to first, not in time. Jumping back is going to be Ellis as he got back in a hurry. Now again, he gets off first base, got a little bit of a lead, but pitch coming home, throw down to second base, not even close. Coach Mike Verano telling Rowan Ellis, hold. Ball got through, but not enough. Safely at second base for Rowan. Lawson Woodard steps back into the box now with an 11-3 lead. 2 down, 1-0 the count. 1-1 the count goes now on a call strike. But baseball season at the high school, collegiate, and Major League Baseball level all underway. As we mentioned earlier in softball, there's a shot going right over our head and right at the Swain High School building, but it hits the fence over here, and it's going to be laying up there in the grass. Well hit ball, but foul by Lawson Woodard. But again, our Maroon Devils in conference play 3-3, and we have 6 conference games left. So we're halfway through the schedule. It's high for a ball. We have this game today, and then we go to Andrews this Friday. Then we have 2 games next week with Murphy, and the following week, 2 conference games with Hiwassee Dam. So those are the 6 conference games for the Maroon Devils. Pitch in the dirt for a ball. And again, right now in conference play, Hayesville 7-0, Robbinsville 5-1, Hiwassee Dam and Murphy tied for third at 4-2, and the Maroon Devils right behind at 3-3. Andrews 0-7, Cherokee 0-8. In conference play, off speed, a walk. So Lawson Woodard draws his second walk in a row, and that's going to bring up Braden Ruwe. Braden with a walk on the day. Also was hit by a pitch and popped out to second base in 3 times, if my unofficial stats are correct. But again, Braden had a big day yesterday, pitching a good ball game and got the win, and that 9-2 win over Carolina Day in non-conference play here at Swain County High School. Braden, I believe, pitched some 5 and maybe 1 2/3 inning, pitched 5 2/3 innings, giving up just 1 earned run off 2 hits. Pitch in the dirt, blocked. Boy, I tell you, moving on down, the Maroon Devil base runners advancing to second and third, but it's been a tough day for Tucker Sharp behind the plate back there for Andrews. When you're blocking a lot of pitches and trying to chase down those balls that get through, it's a big job. Now down at third base, Rowan Ellis. Ball gets through. Here comes Ellis from third. He's going to score, no play. And now down at third is going to be Lawson Woodard. It's a 12-2 Maroon Devil lead here in the bottom of the 4th inning with 2 out and a 1-0 count. And not to be critical at all, but some of these runs have scored the hard way for Andrews on balls that get through from the pitcher to the catcher. Now, we're not going to say were they wild pitches, were they passed balls. That's for somebody else to make that decision. And but it's a big stat in baseball and in fast pitch softball. There's a foul ball out of play off the bat of Braden Ruwe. Again, Braden had a birthday just a few days ago. Braden, one of the seniors. I believe we have 3 seniors on this team. Lawson Woodard, Derek Arellano, and Carter Hayes, Braden Ruwe. Yeah, those are the 4 seniors. Ruwe, Hayes, Arellano, and Woodard. 4 seniors on this team that will be honored, and there's ball 4. Batting now for the Maroon Devils, and boy, I tell you what, I would, if I was Andrews, and I said this earlier, I'd think long and hard about putting this guy on. He has 2 home runs, and his last time up, he struck out, but before he struck out, he hit one over the right field fence in foul territory. I mean, he launched it 3 times at bat. And there is an empty base. Runners on the corners. As we told the story about about Frank Manley pitching to Nat Watson. Better to give up 1 than 4. That was a great story from Coach Frank Manley. He was pitching against Nat Watson, if you missed the story, at Andrews when they were both playing, and bases were loaded. Nat hit one in the river, but it was foul, and Frank's dad, who was coaching, said, "Put him on," even though the bases were loaded. Great story. Pitch in for a strike to Carter Hayes. Again, hitting .333 on the year. Coming into this game, 12 hits. Now he has 3 home runs. Now he has 15 RBIs. Has 4 doubles on the year. Here's a high pop-up. This one is way up in the lights. Shortstop going way back. He can't get to it. The run will score. Everybody will advance, and that's just one of those that you just can't get to. The left fielder, I'm not sure if he lost it in the lights. The shortstop had a 1 in 50 chance of maybe trying to catch that ball, but just couldn't get to it. So that one drops in, and that's run number 13. Sir Carter with a single and another RBI. I believe that gives him 6 on the day out of 13. Batting now is going to be number 21, who came on to play third base earlier, talking about Andreas Cisneros. Pitch in for a ball. Runners at second and third. Maroon Devils now with a 10-run lead, 13-3. 1-0 the count with 2 out. So Andrews will have their backs against the wall in the top half of the 5th inning, down by 10. Off speed missing. Ball 2. Again, congratulations to the Lady Devil softball team with a win over today. Andrews 10-0 in 5. Riley Rawls pitching a 2-hitter shutout. And again, that's an unofficial 2-hitter. It was either 1 hit or 2 hits. Either way, it was a very well pitched game that I'm sure Riley will remember as she moved up to number 5 all time on the career strikeout list here at Swain County High School. Cisneros pitch in. I believe that's going to be ball 4. It is. So Andreas on with a walk, and that's going to bring up number 12, Forrest Schuler. Forrest has been on 2 out of 3 times. He's been on twice with a walk. Popped out to second base in his 3 times at the plate. Forrest on the season having a good year, hitting .375 with 10 runs, 12 hits, 8 RBIs, 1 big double, 5 stolen bases on the year. Again, another solid player for the Maroon Devils, and only a sophomore. A lot of young talent on this Maroon Devil team for head coach Mike Verano and Jimmy Menteith and Chris Barker. Pitch inside missing. 1-1 the count now with 2 out. Bases loaded for the Maroon Devils here with a 13-3 lead. On the road Friday at Andrews, weather permitting. Pitch high and inside. 2-1 the count now. Don't forget, next week, Murphy is going to be right here. That's a rivalry in any sport between the Maroon Devils and the Murphy Bulldogs. Murphy here on Tuesday in baseball and softball. Then a week from this Friday, Swain at Murphy. Pitch high, ball 3. Will Andrews walk in a run? We'll find out here with a 3-1 count and 2 out. And then the last week of the regular season, it's Hiwassee Dam here on Tuesday, and then on the road over there on that Friday. Pitch, that's ball 4, obviously. And that's going to walk in a run. It's 14-3. Maroon Devils now with the bases still loaded and 2 out. Now coming to the plate is going to be Aiden Smiley. Aiden the DH, but not before there's going to be, I think, a potential pitching change for Andrews with the bases loaded. And while the coaches talk with the players in the infield, we'll take a break and we'll come back right here on the Maroon Devils Network. Fans, welcome back. Here we go as Andrews will go to the bullpen, so to speak, and coming on to pitch is going to be the starting shortstop today, and that's Logan Schuler. Logan is coming on as the pitcher now, the third pitcher on the day for the Wildcats. And at shortstop is going to be Ethan Sutton. So Ethan will move to shortstop. 1-1 the count now with 2 out, bases loaded for the Maroon Devils, and at the plate is Aiden Smiley, the DH, who's had a good day, 2 for 3 at the plate. Couple of hits and a grounder to short in 3 times. There's a foul ball out of play behind the plate. Lights are on, and again, a really nice, mild evening for baseball and softball. Really good weather. Shirt sleeve weather even into the evening, and as again, Aiden Smiley digs in at the plate. Ground ball, and it's going to be fouled on the third base side. Again, getting a hand on it. Maroon Devil head coach Mike Verano. He's had a couple of plays down there at third base today. Got a hand on both of them. So down at third base down there with him is Carter Hayes, who's had a big day today. A couple of home runs. Just monster runs. There's another foul ball out of play. Carter's second and third home runs of the year, along with, I think he's had 5 or 6 RBIs on the day. One a 3-run homer, one was a 2-run homer, and I think he got credit for an RBI on that last base hit. So potentially a 6 RBI day. Pitch in the dirt. Got to be blocked there. Nobody advances. And the count runs 2-2, 2 out. Again, the pitcher, Logan Schuler. Andrew starting first, shortstop. Right-hander. Doesn't have to worry about the bases. They're all full. He can focus on the batter. And there's a ball that's hit deep into center field. Dropping back, and having it for out number 3. The Wildcats get the big out, and the Maroon Devils leave the bases loaded, but a 14-3 lead as we go to the top of the 5th inning. Fans, stay with us. We'll be right back. Here we go to the top of the fifth inning. Smoky Mountain Conference baseball here on the Maroon Devils Network. Glad to have you along as the Maroon Devils have decided edge 14-3 here in the top of the fifth inning. And it's going to be at the top of the order for Andrews, Eli Aguilar, Kelby Waldrop, and Logan Schuler. 1, 2, 3 batters now. And they're going to be facing Lawson Woodard, who has gone the distance for the Maroon Devils in this 14-3 lead. As we go to the top of the fifth, there's a ground ball right back to him. Lawson on over to first, and that's going to be, wow, kind of a tight play. Throw a little wide, but good play over there at first base. As coming off the bag to get it and apply the tag is Forrest Schuler. So good athleticism over there for one down. So Aguilar with a grounder to the pitcher will bring up Kelly Waldrop, who is 1 for 2 on the day. Kelby hit it well his first time, flied out to center field. And here's a high pop-up that's going to be foul down the first base side. Kelby got a base hit last time. One down, nobody on here in the top of the fifth inning. Again, Wildcats with their backs against the wall. They have to score 2 runs here to stay alive, or this game is over in 5 with a 10-run mercy rule. There's another foul ball on the first base side down in the bushes. Logan Schuler is going to be on deck. Logan came on in relief for the Wildcats there in the bottom of the fourth inning. Pitch in for a ball. 1-2 the count now with 1 out. Lawson Woodard trying to finish it up here and get the 5-inning win on the mound. Pitch, ball 2, 2-2 now. Nobody on for the Wildcats. Lawson looking in, gets the signal. There's a ball right back at him, actually hit him. He picks it up and throws to first. Forrest again off the bag, but applies the tag. Boy, I think that hit Lawson. Not sure where it hit him or if it just deflected off his glove, but Coach Mike Verano going on to check on him, and Lawson says, hey, I'm okay. These kids are tough. I guarantee you they're tough. And Lawson, one of the seniors, so yeah, he's gonna brush it off and may have a bruise and a sore spot tomorrow morning, but he's gonna hang in there, and he wants to finish this off with 1 out away from doing just that. 1 out away, 2 out with a 14-3 lead. And batting now, as we mentioned, is Logan Schuler, the starting shortstop for the Wildcats, who came on in relief last inning. Nobody on, 2 down. And Lawson Woodard again just knocked that ball down, a hard line drive. Swing and a miss. Strike 1 to Logan Schuler. Ethan Sutton will be on deck for the Andrews Wildcats. Pitch in low for a ball. Lawson hanging in there. He works fast. He works hard. Pitch going ball. Now 2-1 the count with 2 out. But again, the Maroon Devils right here on the verge of going 4-3 in conference play, 8-4 overall with 5 conference games left after tonight. Pitch, ball 3. 3-1 the count now. There's a shot into right field. This one is going to be in fair play. Ball is going to be knocked down, rounding first, holding it first. Starting to go, but holding on again was Logan Schuler. He's on at first base with a base hit. Out in right field for the Maroon Devils right now is Noah Schuler out there. He comes on in right field, defensive change. As we mentioned earlier, coming into play some third base was Andreas Cisneros for the Maroon Devils. He's at third right now, coming on to replace Will Holden earlier. First pitch now is going to be 1-0. A ball to Ethan Sutton, the cleanup batter for the Wildcats. On the day, a grounder to shortstop and a fly to right field in 2 times. And a 2-0 count. Lawson Woodard trying to hang in there. Trying to find the strike zone here. And he does right there. 2-1 the count now with 2 down. 1 man on for the Wildcats. But again, as we mentioned, they've got to have 2 runs to stay alive here in the top of the 5th inning. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 2-2 now the count with 2 down. Lawson checks the runner at first, goes to the plate, and there's a foul ball that keeps Ethan Sutton alive. On deck is going to be Braxton Rickett. Here's the pitch, and it's going to be another foul ball now. Still 2-2 the count with 2 out. One man on for the Wildcats. And there's a swing and a miss. That's strike 3. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the ball game as the Maroon Devils will win it via the 10-run mercy rule, 14-3. Here over the Andrews Wildcats, as the Maroon Devils, as we mentioned a moment ago, will now improve to 4-3 in conference play, 8-4 overall. Wildcats, unfortunately, will drop to 0-8 in conference play, 0-10 overall. Big thanks to Josh Gordon today for great work on the camera. And again, congratulations, Lawson Woodard, with the win on the pitcher's mound. And a big day for Carter Hayes with 2 huge home runs in this 14-3 win. So long until next time here on the Maroon Devils Network.